make me pull a dog. Yeah! Murano! Nigga say he swipe a bitch from me. Where the card at? Catch his ass loafing in the street. Where your heart at? Two belt, two hammers, bitch, you better wear your heart at. A nigga bark at me, I guarantee I'ma bark back. Roof, nigga, I'ma bark back. Roof, nigga, I'ma bark back. Roof, nigga, I'ma bark back. Roof, I'ma bark back. If she fucking with the piece, she paid a fee. I don't call back. At your job, no Keith, I kick a dope. I need all that. Been a problem since a youngin', ain't a nigga that can solve that. Pull up if you want and you gon' get a bullet car at the stove with a hoe. Loco motto, what they call that? Bad bitch, check her Twitch. Look like Jay from Mortal Kombat. Might catch a contact, no penalties. I'm in the red zone. Trying to make a sale with no service, that's a dead zone. Death before dishonor on my flesh and my headstone. Telling on your fam so you can scram, boy, you dead wrong. Remember catching plays, serving J's out of Bando. 4-5 on my waist, a bowie knife like I'm Rambo. On my soldier slim shit, head to toe, rocking camo. I do it for the famo, you do it for attention. Read between the lines or you lacking comprehension. I don't need a fucking switch bump, fire and repetition. Niggas say he swiped a bitch from me. Where the card at? Catch his ass loafing in the street. Where your heart at? Two belts or hammers, bitch, you better wear your hard hat. A nigga bark at me, I guarantee I'ma bark back. Roof, nigga, I'ma bark back. Roof, nigga, I'ma bark back. Roof, nigga, I'ma bark back. Roof, I'ma bark back.
The Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees the right of the people to keep and bear arms. It states that a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
GMG, bow!
Yeah, hey, man, we back like good crack. You know what it is, man. Big A
What
back
it
in
do?
here like
What
I
it
left my
do?
wallet and keys, man. Yeah.
What it
What's
do?
happening, bro?
What's good, man?
You
On
tell
this
me.
beautiful Monday morning.
Okay. Beautiful.
Beautiful. It's
Beautiful. Beautiful.
beautiful. Ain't that but sunny skies, my bad.
Yeah. Wifey
Fine
off
and
of work,
sunny.
she ride with me all day, man. My number one fan. Then we got that boy Dickie Foster, man. Look, man, let me explain something to you, pimps, man, about Dickie Foster, man.
What's up?
If Dickie Foster comes to your show, then your show
Uh-oh.
is official.
Thank you.
That means
Thank
your
you.
show is official, man.
I appreciate
Salute
that,
to
Dickie.
Dickie, man.
Salute, Dickie.
Salute to Dickie, because if Dickie come to your show, it's official. Tony M, man, what's happening? You still riding with the kids, man. Hey, MKM, what's happening, bro? Yes, sir. Built by the miles. Yeah. Yeah, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because his name Miles. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's good? What's
Okay.
good? Hope everybody doing good, man. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope
Yeah.
everybody was productive, you know.
Yeah.
Got some work done.
Yep.
And yeah, man, we're gonna keep it rolling. Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So talk to me, man. What we talking about?
Man, today.
Yeah. What about today?
Today, I think I want to talk about what I want to talk about today.
So, hey, you want me to break something down to you? You want me to tell you what we was talking about a little earlier, man?
What y'all was talking about? I was tapped into the I was in tapped in for a little minute this morning.
So this morning, I had said something that KRS had said that resonated with me. I heard it a few years ago, man, but he had said that the problem between the old school and the new school, the old generation and the new generation, is the transfer of information in so many words. The old school ain't dealing with the new school because the new school don't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't they don't want to hear the information that the old school got. And the new school, and the old school ain't trying to hear nothing, from the new school. New school ain't trying to hear nothing from the old school. When in all reality, the old school need to be teaching the new school, and the new school need to be teaching the old school. And that's a transfer of information. And that's how communities and generations strive and grow.
So what you think the issue is? Why do you think that the old school? First off, why do you think we're gonna deal with the old schools first. Why do you think the old schools are not being heard, or their wisdom or knowledge is not being accepted by the younger generation?
It's a whole bunch of stuff, man.
But it's got to
First
be
of all,
what made issue. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, it's a whole bunch of issues, man. But it's a few issues that stick out the most. Um, when you young, and you got you young, and we all had that spot, like with males, when your nuts drop, man, you got that buck in you in some form or manner, man. It might not be, if you got an alpha male in the house, it might not be directly towards him, but you got some buck in you. And a lot, as a youngster, man, male or female, for the majority, you want your freedom. You want to get out there and see the world for what it is. You've been dealing with teachers telling you what to do, parents telling you what to do, being constricted and everything. Now you get out there in the old school, trying to give you some information. You done heard everybody tell you this and tell you that, man. You ain't trying to hear that. Man, let me do me. I know what I'm doing, from a youngster perspective. And then, when it goes into the household structure, man, did you have both parents in the household? And all of this. It's a whole bunch of scenarios, man, that make a play happen or not.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Lone Wolf, what's happening, bro?
What's good, Lone Wolf? Man, he been tapped in. He was on the last live. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he be rolling, man. They all be rolling with us, man.
Salute.
They all be rolling with us, man.
They do, man. I appreciate it.
They be making me enjoy my, look forward to the week.
I know I do, man. This is my therapy. Y'all probably be on here thinking I'm giving up game. Is that shit? This therapy for me, man. I be venting. That's all I be doing. I be on here venting.
Yeah.
Giving up game and venting. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see it too. And it's not just, in the dog world, it's just in every industry and every part of life, it's nothing new. That issue is nothing new. It's shit. When we was young, we had to go through it too. I know I thought I knew everything, or I had it figured out, and this old ass nigga here. But from my perspective, I can only speak on me. My perspective when I was young, why I didn't value, it wasn't that I didn't value my elders' wisdom or knowledge or the information or gain they was trying to give me. It depended on who it was and how it was delivered.
Yeah, for me, bro, I can agree, but for me, I was always, it sounds crazy, man, but I was always that youngster that was always trying to seek out information, always asking questions, always. You probably could tell now, you know what I'm saying? I would always ask questions and always do that. It's just I didn't have the right guidance per se, and so what I wanted to do, I was focused on. So the old, you know what I'm saying? The older folks that I was getting my information from was going in a certain direction. You see what I'm saying? So the information that I got was good information, but but on the wrong way, going down the wrong way on a one-way street.
Yeah, yeah. And
You
but this is
know?
the thing. It's like and so but now we're at that age. So now we're now the OGs, so to speak. You know what I mean? I didn't want to
Yeah.
accept that, but you know, I had to just come to terms with that. Like, I'm like,
Man,
dang,
boy, you old as hell, man. You old as
I ain't
hell,
even
man.
40 yet. I ain't old as hell. What are you talking about?
Man,
I'm
you
still
lying.
young. Shit, I can run. I can
Man.
drop down. Hey, I can do
Uh-huh.
burpees. Most niggas my
That's
age
what
can't
you
even do burpees.
that's what you tell the youngsters, man. I ain't 40. I ain't even 40 yet.
Yeah.
Man, the youngsters look at you, man. Once you hit 30, man, you out of there. Don't matter what you say, man.
Man, they can say what they want. You only as old as you feel, man.
Mm-hmm. Big fact. Big fact. Until you get out there and pull something,
I ain't
reality will
pulling
let you
shit.
know.
Nope. I ain't pulling shit. We already talked about that. Man, I stretch and I massage these tendons. I'm spry. Shit.
Man.
These young
Yeah.
niggas that run for their money.
All you got to do is go to YouTube, go to the internet. You see these folks try to get out there and do that 2-man, 2-woman race or whatever, man. It don't end well. I tell you that.
See, that's because they ain't
Don't
do the
end
proper.
well.
See, you can't. The young guys, they can get out here and they can just do whatever. They bodies, you know what I'm saying? Us, no, you gonna have to stretch. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to warm you get your muscles ready, and you can't just jump. You know, what I mean, all right, come on now. You gotta use your brain. You know, you can't. You know your limitations. Is basically what I'm saying. Know your limitations.
Yeah. Nah, for real, bro. Yeah, man. But just think about uh the information that behind closed doors, how we handle our business and how we transfer information to one another, and it helps. It
Yeah.
sincerely helps. It helps you on your path, man. Um, and sometimes, man, we realize that we like a boxer, man. When your time is gone, but you still got that itch. You in that, you want to fight, you want to get in that ring. You that NFL player, that basketball player, man. That your time is past, but you still want to be in the game. You still want to, handle your business or whatever. You still think you got it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can cloud uh the flow of information, man, because you still competing in your mind. You
Yeah.
still a competitor. You still out there trying to get it. You still out there in the grind, and not realizing, man. Hey, man, this a youngsters game now. Let me go ahead and try to, back up and play my position. And that's not always the case, man. This is just me speaking out loud from my perspective, man. I could be dead wrong, and I know somebody will correct me and correct me, and I take heed. But at the same time, man, there's a lot of that goes on, man. A lot of times, we put ourselves in a position where we still a young competitor mentally, and our time is past. Your time is past, man. It's like, I remember I remember when, like I said, man, I hate referring to it because it's nothing to brag about. It's nothing to be, prideful about. But when I was sitting down, man, I was sitting down, and it was this old school man. He said, man, I done had a whole life, man. I done retired from my job, situated. I waited until I was 45 years old to start smoking crack.
Damn. You just threw me off. I
Yeah,
didn't think you
you know
about to
what I'm
say
saying?
that.
Yeah, a big lap up came out of nowhere. That's what I said. I was like, damn, but like that type of stuff, man. Like, you out here, playing the youngsters game, man. It's a lot of things that youngsters can do that and get away with, or still have that cushion to
bounce back
get
from
that
it.
strike or bounce back from it. You got time and stuff like that, man. You know, some things is a youngster's game.
Yeah.
And you know, that can be, like I say, it's a multitude of things that can get in the way from a transfer of information. But a lot of times we put ourselves in that position where we still competing as if we a youngster. And still we out there like we trying to,
Got something to prove.
and yeah, you know what I'm saying, from a youngster's perspective, and at the same time, man, you know, it's a thing of having to let go and just focus on moving forward in the direction that, you know, helps you grow in whatever. But at the same time, man, they still coming behind you. They still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, and then, you know, it's just like you see it, and you see it a lot of time in the streets. You see it a lot of time in the game, man. Like I could go to a reference like what's that stuff with Franklin, man? What's the name of that show? Uh about Rick Ross, man. Whatever, man. Yeah, Franklin. Got the name of that stuff, man. But anyway, you don't know who I'm talking? Yeah, Snowfall.
Oh yeah. Katrina in the building, man.
Okay. I got you. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Snowfall, like everybody's seen it, you know, but you don't recognize it. Imagine you being a youngster and you seeing Franklin in the last episode when he done fell all the way off. And you coming up and you ain't never seen you never heard of him, never seen him or anything like that before, and he tried to give you some game, you gonna look at him like he done lost his mind.
Right.
Or you don't know what you're talking about. You know?
Yeah. I've been there. But that comes with experience and wisdom as well. Because I was fortunate enough at an early age, and I think a lot of it had to do with my upbringing. I was around I was always around people that were older than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I'm around my peers, I had more in common with old people that were older than me than my peers. So I felt more comfortable around older people than I did my peers, because my peers didn't, just the things that they was on, the stuff that they talked about, their perspectives or whatever. It just was kind of childish to me, you know what I mean? Because my mind, I've been around these older men and older women, so the things that I know or the things that I understand, my peers may not per se have the understanding on certain topics that I do, or certain, you know what I mean? So it just that kind of helped, because now when I get game, I'm more prone to listen because I'm used to listening to older motherfuckers anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I think that kind of helped me out, and when I was coming up, because I had a level of respect for my elders that I think today the youth don't have. I don't think I know. I know they don't have it. You see it every day, just the disrespect. I was the one that if I'm with my niggas and shit, we on the train, or, we out and about, we run around wilding or whatever. I was the one to check everybody, like, nah, y'all, man, watch your mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? And nobody would even have to say anything. I would just see that it's older women and children on the train or on the bus, or, in the store or wherever we at. You know what I mean? I see the looks that we getting, like, you know what I mean? And because I know I was raised better than that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, y'all chill out, man. Watch your mouth. Like, what you talking about that? Nigga, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, but, and the old heads would look at me like, and then it was a level of respect that they had for me. Because it's always at least one in every group. I don't care if all y'all could be from the trenches, ain't had your daddy in your life, your mama on drugs, you just wilding, you doing whatever. It's always at least one that had grandma around, or grandpa, or some older person that they loved and respected, that gave them some type of, foundation, and, just, gave them some game, and like, look, no, this is how you supposed to conduct yourself when you're in public. You don't use this type of language when you're around women, or when you're around children, or, respect your elders. And somebody put something in their ear, you know what I mean? Because you can see it in them. You can see it in their face. They looking at you like they had an embarrassed look on their face.
Yeah.
And that's the one out the group that really shouldn't be in that group, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But it's peer pressure, and you want to belong, and you know how it go. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of the youth today, man, they just don't. I think the internet and social media has a big played a big role in that. You know what I mean? Because, all right, for instance, when we were coming up, like, we didn't have the internet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it came
No.
later on, but I'm like, when we was young, we didn't have. So it was like, oh, Michael Jordan's my, I look up to Michael Jordan, I look up this person, that person. But to be honest with you, the only man I really look up to now today, like my number one, is my father.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a grown man, I'm a father myself. I was married. I was, I've done things that, that he has done or is still doing, and now I have a different level of respect for him, because now I'm seeing the world from his perspective now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's different and hit different. So the things that he did instill in me, the things that he wouldn't allow me to do or go or whatever, or people he ain't want me around or whatever, I didn't get it then because I was young and dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't have the wisdom. I couldn't foresee why he was telling me these things. But then going through life and having certain experiences, it's like, damn, I'm happy he did. You know what I'm saying? I did have him in my life, because I look at, my peers who didn't have that strong masculine male role model, and I see how it negatively affects them and how they struggle in certain areas of manhood. And it's just like, damn, it's just certain things. Like if I say, hey, Big A, man, look, man, damn, I gotta go change my oil, man, or I got a flat tire, let me go change the tire. You're not gonna be like, oh, well, damn, I don't know how to do that. Well, you change your own oil?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nigga, you don't change your oil. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just certain things that I say our generation, we just know. You know what I'm saying? It's just expected for, well, me personally, I can't speak for you, but just, if I meet another brother from my generation around my age, it's just certain things that I'm just gonna assume that you know.
You're gonna expect. Right. You're going to expect.
So especially changing the tire, my nigga. Now, I give you benefit out for changing the oil, because you got different types of cars. You might have just got the car. You don't know. You know what I mean? So I give you benefit out with the oil. But changing the tire, my nigga, like, come on, bro. It's 5 lugs. I don't 4 or 5 lugs, 6 lugs, depending on what type of vehicle you got. But hey, bro, come on now. You don't know how to change tire?
Yeah.
You're a grown man. You don't know how to change tire.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's just the youth today, man. It's like, and it's sad because it's like they're literally zombies. It's like they just stuck on them damn phones. They can't concentrate on nothing. They ain't got no attention span. And it's just like, man, what is the future for them? Like, do y'all? And I be trying to tell them all the time. I'm like, bro, do y'all realize these jobs that y'all working, that y'all half-ass doing, and soon they gonna have, AI. They gonna have machines and robots doing this shit.
They already do.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I say,
it's gonna be in
Renaissance. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what are y'all preparing for this? What do you have no skills? You have no knowledge. You have no resources. You don't have a trade. You don't have anything to sustain yourself outside of working for somebody else. Now, if these corporations start using artificial intelligence 100% to run their whole infrastructure, you fucked.
Yeah.
So your 10 years of work experience in whatever field you in don't even matter, because who cares? They got machines that can do what you can do times 10 for free. I don't have to pay this machine a salary. I don't have to have insurance. I don't have to, bereavement or maternity leave. None of this shit. I don't have to do none of it. All this machine does is make me money all day long, 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we at now, man. It's like, so I'm at the point now, it's like, if you are young and you got somebody that's older and they wise, they competent, and they trying to give you some game, man, your dumb ass, you better be all ears. You better.
Yeah, man. Like I got a homeboy. This about one of my. We the same, pretty much the same age, but he real intelligent, man. He was telling me about Bitcoin back in 2011. I think it was 2011. No, not 2011. 2014. He was telling me in 2014 and or 2013. Yeah, right before I opened up the restaurant. He's telling me, man, you need to get Bitcoin. Need to get Bitcoin. He was up on game. I wasn't. I mean, of course, it's always a crapshoot when everybody talking about investing in this, investing in that. But then, fast forward to today, like $1,000, I'd have been a multi million.
Yeah, yeah. But you learn from that experience though. So now in the future, if an opportunity like that comes along, you'll be more
Mm-hmm.
likely to at least at minimum, look into it or at least entertain it. You know what I mean? Because now you see like, damn, I could have been set for life if I would have listened to. But that's the thing. It's like, but all right, for instance, I think that has a lot to do, like I said earlier, like with who's giving you the information, right? Who it is that's giving you the information, and how, and your level of respect or the level of trust, not respect, but the level of trust that you have for that person, right? If you trust this person's judgment or this person's wisdom, like anytime they give you some game, it's worked well for you. Then yeah, why wouldn't you? Oh, he said big. All right, well, let me at least look into it. You know what I mean? But if it's somebody that you like, I don't know, I don't, you know what I mean? Or if you the type of person that you don't just jump when somebody give you something to sound good. You like, I don't know, I'm kind of skeptical. You're a skeptical person, that you might, you know what I mean? But I always say this: at least do the research. Even if you don't go all in with it, at least look it up. At least look into it to see if it's some type of benefit that can come from it. You know what I mean? And then go from there. Never dismiss any information. And this is also the issue. We have to stop, especially as melanated men. We have to stop judging books by their covers. I don't know how many books I've read where if I just went off the title, I would have never read the book.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So don't worry. It's not about the messenger. We get so caught up in who the messenger. Fuck the messenger. Did you get the message?
Yeah.
That's what's important, is the message. Did you get the message? But we overlook the message because of who's giving it to us. Oh, this crackhead, he homeless. He a crackhead. Oh, he a bum ass and he ain't getting no money. He ain't doing that. And I ain't listening to him. Yeah, he might not be in a position right now, right? He might not be in a good position right now, but, and this is my thing too, I can learn something from anybody, because even a homeless person might have been a millionaire before. I mean, he might have made one bad move or made one poor decision, and it destroyed him. So
I got an example. I got a good example of that. Salute, Jose, man. What's up, bro? A good example is Paul Mitchell, man. If anybody heard of that hair company, they got schools, hair products, and all that. Paul Mitchell, the owner, the creator of Paul Mitchell, was a millionaire, part of a team that was, had a company. Company went flat broke. He lived in his car for a multitude of years. I don't put a number on it. It was more than 2. Then he created Paul Mitchell became a multi-millionaire. Then he went and created Patron, the tequila Patron. That's his. He owns that. Then he became a billionaire. Stuff like that happened. I'm not saying all the time, but it happens.
Yeah. Happens more than we know too. There's a lot of millionaires out here, man. You can't go off just the data statistics, because
you can't go off of visuals, man.
Not just that, but you can't go off of statistics either, because you got some millionaires that ain't on the books.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Oh, without a doubt. And legit too. Legit, 1,000% legit. Doing it, the right way. When they asked Trump about taxes, he said, "I don't pay taxes," and a lot of people looked at him crazy. But when you do your research, if you go about the right process, you cannot pay taxes too. But you're not gonna be able to do it as just working a regular job. It's certain things that you have to have. You have to have ownership. You have to have certain things to acquire the opportunity to avoid taxes. you know, by
Not
law.
even avoid. Not even avoid. You don't want to avoid. See, that's the thing.
Well,
Fuck
not
avoiding
avoid, but
taxes. You want to
it's
be
the
non. Hold on, hear me out. You want to be. I need to write this down. Look it up. You
oh
want to be
damn. Here we
non.
go. Here we go. I'm
Look, you
listening. I
started it.
got my
You
pen.
brought up taxes. You started
Hey,
it.
here we go.
You want to
Yeah.
be non-tax obligatory.
Hmm. Yep.
Non-tax obligatory, which means that your status, your tax status, you are not obligated to pay taxes. Only federal employees pay federal tax. Only state
Yeah, but
employees
no,
pay
it's
state tax.
yeah, but the way he moves is a little different. It's a little different. You know, the taxes are ate up between his companies and stuff, but him individually, he's not paying taxes.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's different
Yeah,
ways to get the same result. But
yeah.
for us,
Mhm.
us, our people, it's a certain way for us to do this, and um to where you're not going to jail, you're not getting audited, you're not going through the BS that certain groups or organizations or certain people. I ain't saying no names, but so you won't have to go through that, right? You want to make sure you do it correctly. You want to make sure that you cross your eyes. I mean, you cross your T's and dot your I's, and that you have, because like I told you, the goal is to own nothing and control everything. So the goal should be that if I type in your name, right, your full name, your in Legus, your Nam Nagir, right, your straw man. When I type that name in, right, nothing should come up. I should, when I look you up, I shouldn't be able to find nothing. But maybe a birth certificate, a social, maybe a few driver's license, maybe a couple addresses or some stuff like that. But anything dealing with your businesses or your assets, I shouldn't be able to find. Now, I'm gonna give you this game as well. In doing that, that helps you in the future. Say if I wanted to sue you, right?
Yeah, I
And
was
I go,
about to tell you a story about that too.
okay, go ahead,
But
go ahead, go ahead.
okay, so it's not in Rich Dad Poor Dad, but it's in another Robert Kiyosaki book. He speaks about that, man. It was a situation where it happened in Jersey. I can't remember the city. I think it was Newark, but it was a family that had moved over here, foreign family, and opened up a restaurant or a bakery or something like that, and it was successful. They were taking care of they business or whatever, and they had kids. And their daughter uh, went to college, and she came back from college, and she was driving around town and got in an accident. And the people that she got in an accident with sued her insurance, which they maxed out the plan. Then after that, they went after the parents because the parents didn't have necessarily the proper LLC. Everything was tied to them personally, so they sued them and they lost everything. So just by not properly protecting themselves, it's always business first. Always
Yep,
business first.
yep, always. And but that's what I mean when I say, your goal should always be asset protection. Anything that you own or that you have in your possession that's has value, you want to protect it. Everything.
Yeah,
It should be insured. You should be insured. Your family should be insured. If you got a kennel, your dog should be insured. Your business should be insured. Everything, your car, everything should be. And definitely, if you got a kennel, if you have a registered kennel, I can't make this. Y'all, I'm telling you, man. If you got a registered kennel, right? You got all your paperwork is in order, right?
hmm
You definitely, especially if you get money, you got a booming kennel or you got a booming business just in general, you definitely need to be protecting your assets. Because you got people out here, right? And it ain't just Africans. You got people out here that they make a living off finding individuals who don't have their affairs in order, who are incompetent, and they capitalize off of that. Now,
yep,
what I just said ties into what Lone Wolf was talking about. He said, gotta know how to capitalize off the loopholes.
yeah, yeah. But that's I don't know if they do it now, but when I turned 18, I got 4 credit cards. in the mail the month I turned 18.
Same here.
I'm still, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like what kind of financial education do you have at that point in time?
Right, but that's the goal. They want you to fuck your credit up. They want to get you in debt because that's how they make money, off the interest, off the fines, the fees, the interest, all the extra bread. That's how they make their money. The creditors. Yeah. But I ain't trying to go too deep into it, but because technically we're the creditors.
Yeah.
They got us thinking we the debtors, but really we're the creditors.
Yeah. Nah, for real.
When you go to the bank, right, you want a loan, you sign that contract, right? Because anything you put your signature on and put your date and put your name, your John Hancock to it, your signature, and a date, that's now, it becomes a contract. Yeah. That may not have any standing. You got to understand contract law to know whether or not that contract has any standing, right? Because if the contract, if both parties weren't present and a witness or a third party or a notary or whatever wasn't present, right, when that contract was drawn up, then technically, according to contract law, it's void ab initio. It has no standing in law. But if you don't know that and you go to court, you get sued, right? And you don't claim that in court, then you screwed. They're gonna win the case. But when you sign anything, it becomes a contract. It becomes legally binding. You agree to it. That's a contract. So what they do is they take that contract, right? They then securitize it, right, and sell it. That's how they get the capital. Where do you think the money comes from? Banks don't have no money. How can a bank loan you money? If you go to the bank and get a loan, and me and 10,000 other people got accounts at this bank, so all that money in that bank is accounted for. It belongs to somebody. So how can they loan you somebody else's money? It's all fraud. I'm just keeping 100. It's all fraud. Think I'm bullshitting? I told you I cite my sources. Look up Google the monetary system, and it also is called fractional reserve banking. Yeah. And this will explain to you how the banks can lend money the way they do. And
I can break it down for you a little bit. So if I walk in the bank and I want to deposit $10 into my savings account, the bank is awarded for every single dollar that they have or that you put in there, they're awarded $10 of credit. We're in the digital phase where, since the gold standard disappeared, everything is pretty much gone to digital, especially now. So they have $10, you got $10 in there, which gives them $100 worth of credit. I leave after I put that $10 in there. Helps you come in there as a business owner, a corporate business owner, whatever the case may be. You like, hey, I need $100 to, build this business. I'm just speaking in small numbers to further, do some renovation, whatever the case may be. The bank like, yeah, we'll give you that $100 at, I don't know, since you bring us revenue and you tied with us, we'll give it to you at, I don't know, 3%, 2%, 4%, and then I come back and I'm like, hey, because I got $10 in the bank, and I'm like, hey, I need to get a loan so I can, I don't know, purchase a car or whatever. And the bank will take that money that, you know what I'm saying, you already got money in the bank. They've already lended your money out. And they'll be like, okay, yeah, we'll give you $6 at 8%. You already got my money. Now you lending me my money back to me, plus, and gain the interest off of me. The whole deal about the banking system is you got to think about this. If you take the money out of the bank has no revenue. The bank makes no money. The bank doesn't survive. So the main source of the bank's revenue is debt.
Yep. It's a debt.
Let me say that one more time. It is based off of debt. That is how they make their money, period. And when they don't get the debt that they need or put you in the debt that they need, then all of a sudden you start getting these service fees popping up out of nowhere that slowly start to increase over
Mm-hmm.
time, depending on who you banking with.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna say this again: if you take the money outside of the bank, they cannot offer you anything. They cannot offer you any loans because they have nobody's money to make a loan with. They cannot give you any kind of offer because their only offer is based behind money. And it's not based behind their own money, it's based behind other people's money.
Yep.
OPM.
You down with OPM? Yeah, you know them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And that's how it go, man. And it just wash, rinse, repeat, and it's called usury, right? During the feudal system, when you had under the feudal lords, this is what they were doing. I ain't gonna say their name. I'm gonna say the J people. This is what they were
Mhm.
doing, and they just
Yeah.
brought that system here.
And not only that, while your money is sitting there, and when they have certain surpluses, that money goes into bonds, it goes into stocks. Banks invest into the stock market also. They
Yep.
are not people invest in the bank, but the bank also invests in the stock market also. So the whole time the bank is making money off of your money by lending it to other people, they're also gambling with your money by investing it and collaborating with other banks. They will lend other banks money so they can make it too also. But at the same time, off of that $100, you would get 1 penny of interest that you would receive from it. All off of that $100, they've maybe made 24, 30%, lending it out in 5, 6 different ways. But continue.
Yep. Facts. And this is why I encourage being your own bank, right? Which is not difficult. In a nutshell, it's basically getting a whole life insurance policy and borrowing against that interest free instead of going to a bank. Now it takes time to accumulate that equity, right? In the policy to where you can pull from it, but I mean, it still takes time to get your credit straight. It still takes time to get the, bank account and get your credit profile together so you can even qualify for the loan from the bank, right? The underwriter gonna look at your shit and be like, oh, nah, you need to get this and get that. We can't approve it. So it's basically different process, but I mean, either way, it's gonna take time. I don't know why everybody wants. We talked about this the other day. How everybody wants everybody, we got this microwave mentality when it comes to, just with everything, not just finances, but with everything in life. We want everything now. We don't want to wait.
Yeah.
We don't want to put the work in. We don't want to, but it took you time to fuck your credit up. You think you're going to get it fixed in a month? No.
Yeah.
You've been screwing your credit up for 10 years. There 8 repos, fucking all types of stuff. You know what I mean? Them Rams that you got, you should have got with your tax return. That got repo. You know what I mean? Just all types of stuff. So it's like you expecting to clean up years of bad decision making in less than a year. It's not going to happen.
And speaking of, man, hustles, man, just how I broke down how banks have built their structure of business off of other people's money. That is one of the top hustles that you can get into right now if you have a little bit of money. And believe it or not, you don't even have to have a lot. You can get into the money lending business and be 100% legit, like a check cashing place, and not necessarily being a check cashing place. And this is the one thing, and I'm talking about going through it legitimately, and the whole nine. But this is the one thing that a lot of people don't understand when you jump into that industry from a money lender's perspective. And it's a lot of millionaires that do this. When you jump into the money lending business from a perspective, your money has insurance. So if we go through a whole process and do it legitimately, and I lend you the money, going through the process from a business perspective, that money is insured if you don't pay it back. So it's a win-win situation for you as the lender. You damn near don't want them to pay you back. Then on top of that, any money that is owed to you is tax-free. I'm gonna say that again. You don't pay taxes on debt. You might pay interest, but you do not pay taxes on debt. So, that's a hustle, Yeah, man. Oh, pimps. Wasn't Katrina coming on?
Damn, I had the mic muted. You ain't even hear what I said. I said, I hope y'all taking notes, man. He's spitting game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Katrina coming on?
She's sleeping. She done fell asleep.
Oh. She's playing sleep.
Yeah, she playing sleep. She playing sleep. Wake your ass up. So she was getting it in, man. I was up till 2 too. We was working, man. Getting it in, man. Ain't just men at work, it's women at work too out here, man. They getting it in.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Getting it in too.
Stuff don't stop, man. Just don't. Oh. Yeah, man.
Yeah. But yeah, she gonna be on here, every now and then, especially on certain subjects. I prefer to have a female's perspective in the moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not my word. You're getting it straight from somebody with a vagina. It ain't me talking. This is a biological woman. Okay, she was born with ovaries, and she's giving you the female perspective. And it might not be the perspective that the average woman of today would agree with, but hey, it's her perspective. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's needed. Because it's a rare perspective.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, man. Back on the topic, man. With the old versus young battle, man. This is something that I think has gone on. I don't know if everybody's read the Willie Lynch letter.
Hello.
But it's very you have so you know what I'm talking about then. It speaks about that in there, the light skin, dark skin, the the old versus young, man versus woman,
but,
that whole
but race got nothing to do with the age factor though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't have anything to do with the age factor. When you start talking that age factor, you can look at it in any subject, any category, or whatever. It's always that void. And sometimes you can find that magic where everything meshing together and it's a real flow of information. But for the most part, it's not like that at all, man. Because it's such a it's a separation, man. Between the two, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah,
I mean, look, my bad. Look at basketball. Look at the Bulls, when they went on their championship run. And then look at the teams of today. You can look at Golden State. You can look at whoever you want to look at, man, and try to compare them to one to the other. It's always going to be a void. But at the same time, man, the Bulls back then, their time is come and gone, but you still trying to outdo them or compare yourself to them, man. You in your era. And that causes, like I was saying earlier, man, that competition, man. Because the old schools, they still, man, like it's a lot of stuff that you feel like, man, like you would run circles around right now, you know. But in reality, man, your time is past, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Even I'm guilty of it myself at times. It's you young niggas this that, that I still got it.
Hmm.
Nah. Some things you just gotta accept. You know what I mean? Just as a
Yeah,
man, you getting older, and your window of opportunity has closed, and we keep trying to
yeah,
break the locks and reopen it. It's like, nah, it's
Yeah.
you had your
yeah.
time. Whether you wasted it or you used it to your advantage or whatever, it is what it is. Let the youngins, have they shine, man. Let them get them young boys their
Yeah.
flowers, man.
I mean, shoot, look at music, man. You 40s, even late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you still trying to rap and hang with the youngsters, man. That's a youngsters game. It's no day. I mean, not saying that you can't make music and the music be highly successful, but when you try to compete with the youngsters in the youngsters game, you lose.
Yep.
The time is gone, man. You gonna look and sound like a fool. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, doing your own thing, if music is a passion, and that's just what you do, then you gonna be doing your own thing irregardless. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
trying to just imagine, you 50, 60 years old trying to do some drill rap. Like, who you appealing to? Because your age, they passed that. And the youngsters, they looking at you like, man, who is you? You too old for this. So you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's that type of stuff that goes on a lot too. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
man.
That's why I stay in my lane, man. I do my thing.
Yeah.
I stick and move. I make my music. I write. I do it all. I
Yeah.
sing, rap, everything. But
But
I
but check
will
this out.
never.
Mhm.
Uh,
No, go ahead, bro.
I about to say I would never try to compete with the youngest,
Mhm.
because it's a young man's arena.
Okay. So
You
now
know.
let's practice the flow of information. Now, since we talking about music, you older, you've had your experience in the music game, whether mainstream or underground or whatever, you've got your experience. You know how to write a song, you know how to break it down in the bars, you know all the structure, you know what sounds good, what's not, what it sell, what won't, the whole nine, right? You got a youngster in the game that's got talent. He don't have skill, but he's very talented, highly talented. He knows what he's got the ear for the youngsters. He's got a style. He's got this. He knows social media better than you do. He knows how to maneuver in the whole nine. You can give him all the information that you got, and he can be a better artist because of it. And he can give you the information that he got, and you can be a better artist because of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now,
And,
I'm
er,
happy you
and
brought that up. I only cut you off.
uh
I'm
huh.
happy you brought that up because
Hmm.
shout out my young nigga down in North Carolina, Big Carolina.
Yeah.
Big Carolina 252. He doing his
Hmm.
thing, man. He's very talented young man. He
Hmm.
rap, he sing, he produce, he engineer, he all over the place, man. He doing
Yeah.
skits, he doing content, he everywhere, he all over the place. But he reminds me of me a lot when I was around his age. You know what I mean? He sharp as
Yeah.
a katana. You hear me? The boy sharp.
Hmm.
He play dumb,
Hmm.
but he's
Yeah.
sharp. You hear me?
Yeah.
So, um, but it's a lot of game that he put me onto, especially when it comes to the social media thing, man. Like
Yeah.
if you would have told me, let's say 5 years ago, definitely 10 years ago, that
Hmm.
I'd have a YouTube channel, or I'd have all these different platforms, and you know, I'm making money off of social media or off this and that, and I'm doing this, I would have laughed in your face. Man, hell no, I ain't.
Yeah.
What the hell you can't make no money off that shit. I ain't got time for that.
Mm-hmm.
But he showed me, he opened my eyes to things that I either I was too old to see or didn't want to take the time to figure out and understand it, right?
Yep.
And then
Because your
vice
structure
versa.
is set. Your
Right.
structure is set. You building off of the blocks that was that was given to you at that time, and all you doing is building off of those blocks. You never decided to like recreate your your structure.
Right.
You know, so all you doing is consistently building on top of those blocks. You got an old building, a strong building, but all it needs to be remodeled. You know.
Yeah. And what's crazy, 'cause now that I'm speaking about him, he's actually the one that pushed me to even start writing again and making music again. Because, you know, I kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, lost my passion for it. And, you know, I just being around him, it just, you know, that's why I like being around the youth, because it keeps you young. This is why old
Yeah.
people must be around, you know, the babies and the youth, because it keeps them alive, it keeps them here, it gives them purpose. They children
Yeah.
grown, they don't come check on them, don't come see them, they too busy, you know, doing what they doing. So, you know, they really don't have no purpose in life no more. So they usually die. But now you got the
Yeah.
grandbabies, you know, you got, okay, well, I gotta be up for them. Oh, they coming over. Let me make sure I got this and that. I take my medicine. So now it gives them something to look forward to. It gives them something to live for, right?
Yeah.
So being around the youth for me, I can feed off of their energy. You know what I'm saying? I can, but also I'm not just feeding off of them. I'm giving them game. I'm giving them wisdom. So all the wisdom and game that I got from over the years, right? I'm now giving that to them. And in the game that they got that I don't have, right? They can give to me. So it's
Yeah.
a symbiotic relationship. So it's not like, you know, oh, this old nigga, he just around trying to, you know, get something. No, this old nigga around because you know, y'all want me around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I be at the house chilling. Hey man, you coming over? You coming through it? Because they know,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna be a good time. I ain't coming with no bullshit, and we gonna have fun, and you gonna leave with more than what you came with. Fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if you a young nigga, old nigga, whatever. So but yes, he's actually the one that encouraged me to, you know, nah, man, you should. So we did a few songs, and you know, we did a few songs together. I did a few of my own, and it just gave me that spunk back. It gave, because I was kind of in a, you know, depressive kind of state. You know, I was going through a bad marriage, and you know, and then we get separated and all that shit. So it you know, then with the you know, the children, and it was a lot. I was going through a lot, but
Yeah.
you know, at the time I was working, so it was my job. I was having issues, so it was a lot going on. So that was kind of like my outlet.
Yeah.
So it was like, he was like, nah, nigga, you got to use the music, man. You all this shit you dealing with, you going on. He's like, man, I don't know how you handle it. I don't know how you doing it. He was like, man,
Yeah.
you got more on your plate than I do, and I ain't got no children. I ain't got no wife. I ain't got none of this,
Yeah.
you know, situations you got. I'm
Yeah.
over here
But
complaining.
see, that's the thing that I'm trying to explain. So that's a perfect example of old versus new. You're old. You have lived life enough to learn how to.
Hold on. Pause. We gonna have to use it because I don't.
What? What?
That's the second time you done called me old. Now ain't gonna be a third. I ain't old. Come on now.
Okay.
I ain't old.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah.
Let's say older. I'm older than
Okay.
the generation we speaking of. I ain't old.
Okay.
God
You
damn,
old,
this
but
nigga gonna make me
you old. Yeah, you old. You old. Yeah. Do you remember rotary phones?
A little bit.
Okay, then you old. That's it. Hands down. Ask a 16, 17-year-old about a rotary phone and see what they say. How about you ain't old? Boy,
Hey, Rotary,
stop.
you ain't had to go that far. You could have said
Stop. You were born
VHS
last
tapes
man,
or
listen.
cassette tapes or something. This nigga said it. Rotary.
Bro, you were born last century. You old, boy. You were born last century. God, dog, man. They were riding horses back then. They were riding horses last century, bro. You old. Now back to what I was saying. It made me forget what I was saying, man. You know what I'm saying? God, dog, man. Talking about, oh, yeah, that's what I was about to say. So he young and you old, and you just gave the perfect the perfect example of that. Okay, so you in your experience of going through the process, you have learned how to manage your time, how to maneuver and handle certain stresses and deal with things. So when he gives you that new information, it doesn't do anything but put your rocket shoes on you.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
in turn, he's got that information that you had that made you put your rocket shoes on. Now you can teach him how to manage his time and be able to capitalize on the information that he has. That is a transfer of information. And
yeah.
I'll go even further from it for old schools versus new school. We in a dog community, so I'm gonna talk dog talk. Let's talk dogs for a minute, man. I don't know how if anybody's had that old dog that was starting to slow down, start not as athletic as they used to be, maneuver and stuff like that, and you introduce a new puppy to that dog. That dog, you'll see depending on the age of the dog, you'll see a certain spark in the dog. That
Yeah.
dog will have a little more energy. It might not have the same energy that it used to have, but that dog will get up and start, moving around. Even if the pup is, just gnawing at it or whatever, the dog has to adjust and maneuver. It's got to get out of that phase, and
Yeah.
the transfer of information does that. You know, that's why I'm that was a perfect example that you gave because when he gave you that information, it didn't do anything but spark you.
Yeah.
You had a spark. You like, boom, I got this information now. Oh, with the stuff I know, man, what? Then when he see you with the information that he had under his feet that you have already stressed, saying, hey man, a lot of the resources we have they're under our feet and we don't even know it. So he's been using this, but he hasn't been using it, you know, capitalizing on it. Like
Right.
Lone Wolf said. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been capitalizing on it. You just showed him how to capitalize. That's a transfer of information. Y'all transfer the information. Y'all going on different paths, but just so and behold, the information that you transferred but made both of y'all put y'all rocket shoes on, and y'all out of here.
Yeah.
Catch you on the next planet. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we that we slowly start to set aside and start because it's so easy to say, man, look at me. They ain't doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? If you
Right.
want to do it right, you look my way. It's putting the next man down when really it could be a flow of information. Man, they might not know something. They might be willing to hear what you got to say, man. But when you put somebody down to you know what I'm saying to transfer information, man, what this is like me saying, uh, you know what I'm saying, pimps, you ain't shit. You don't know nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Let me tell you something real quick. You know good ass. You know what I'm saying? Then you like nigga what?
And I'm happy. Look, but I'm happy you brought that up because now that was
Yeah,
something I had to deal with, and I still struggle with it today. But I only
yeah,
struggle with it with, I would say, people that I love and care about. Now, if it's somebody
yeah,
on the
because you
street,
so passionate.
right, right, and then
Yeah.
but my message is not received the way I wanted to be received because of my delivery. But
Mhm.
I've come a long way. Hey, I come a
Yeah,
long way, bruh. Long
yeah,
way. But I'm
yeah.
working on it. I'm starting to read people's language, body language, and facial expressions, and you can pretty much tell if
Hmm.
somebody's receiving, what you're putting down.
Hmm.
You can pretty much tell if they
Yeah.
really intrigued, or they really listening to you, or not, or they just, just entertaining you until you get out their face. So
Hmm.
I don't go looking, if I see somebody and I see them in a bad way, or I see, they doing something the wrong way, or I'm like, damn, I've been where they at. I'm just gonna drop
Hmm.
some knowledge. I'm not even gonna tell them in a way to where it seems as if, it's I'm sunning you, or no, I'm just, hey man, if you try it this way, man, it might work out better for you. I'm just, do what you like, bro. I ain't trying to tell you how to live your life or how to handle this, but I'm just saying this. When I've been in this situation, and this is how I handled it, it worked out for me. It may not work for you, but hey, I'm just, just letting you know that, and keep it moving. And if they decide to take heed or you know, look into what I told them or not, that's on them. But I did what I was supposed to. I showed my brother love. So that's where I'm at with it now. You know, because some people, okay, some people, you might have a message for somebody that may be the literal answer that they looking for. But if they not ready for the answer, they not ready to receive it, then they're not gonna hear you. You know what I mean? I deal with it every day, even myself. It's the things that people tell me about me that I don't want to hear. Why? Because I know it's true, and I'm not ready to change it about myself yet.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So, in knowing that about me, it makes it easier for me to deal with other people on that level.
Yeah, man. I just say forget it. I'm an introvert, man. Face the music.
Hey, look, why Lone Wolf signed with you, man? Look.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf, I ain't even gonna call him Lone Wolf. He Old Wolf now since he signed with you. Look at here, Old Wolf. He talking about something. He pushing 40. We are not old. We are not old. We are
no,
seasoned.
man. You were born. Hey, bro. You were born last century. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I said. It's another perfect example right before your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. When I just told you, you got that old school that still has that, you know, he still think he in that fight. You still think he in that youngster fight. You still in the fight. As long as you got air in your lungs, you got a fight before you. But you got in there, man, you still not facing the music. Bro, you old. You old. Man, tell me what Jesus looked like. You saw Jesus, didn't you? You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I seen him one time in Bethlehem. That was
what I'm
it.
saying.
He was
You old. You old, boy.
Everybody was dick eating, so I was like, man, Jesus. I know who Jesus is.
Yeah.
I've seen him before. But he wasn't who he is now back then. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't the Jesus y'all know now. Yeah, he was, you know.
Yeah. Was you on the was your feet on the ground when there's a storm happening?
Yeah, I wasn't there, but yeah.
But your feet were, you old, boy.
Yeah.
Just face it, man. Hey, look, we coming. Hey, man, this is a special day, man. You gotta face the music. This day is the day you finally realize you old.
No, I'm not old.
Celebration.
Saying old.
Let's have a celebration.
I am seasoned. I'm seasoned.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm seasoned. When I think of old, I think about somebody in a nursing home with a cane and a sweater and a cardigan, or you know.
All right, colostomy
bag.
So if you seasoned, I'm gonna call you Old Bay, and we'll leave it at that. All right, you know what I'm saying? Pause. I had to think about it for a second. Not like that. I'm talking about the seasoning. The seasoning. You know what I'm saying? Time out, flag on the field, man. You know what I'm saying? Flag on the play. But you know what I'm saying.
I'm done. He just killed me. And I'm in Maryland.
That's where his father's from, Maryland? Ooh, damn. I just learned something again, man. Dang, boy. Yeah. That's what's up.
Nah, but I'm just fucking
man.
around now. I know I'm in that age bracket, man. I've accepted it, but it's just y'all just like fucking with people, man, because it's like
no.
I just didn't think that, you know, because this is the thing. When we was coming up,
you didn't think today would be that day, huh?
No, I'm saying I've accepted. I've been accepted. I just like fucking with people, but it's like, you know, because I did used to take offense to it, you know, some years back. You know, they, hey OG, they hold up, or they call me Unc. I'm like, Unc, who the nigga just call me Unc? I ain't mean no disrespect, OG.
You in the mirror, you getting fresh. You got the J's on, putting your old fit on. You feeling young and the whole nine. You stepping outside like, yeah, I got something today.
Yeah, my knee wasn't hurting that day.
What's up, Unc? What's up, Unc? You like, man, what? Yeah, man, you had to face the music, boy. Man, they been trying to warn you this whole time.
They have.
They have. Yeah. You just gotta face the music, man.
No, I face it. I just like fucking with people, but it's because I just don't want people to see. As long as we understand it in the aspect of, I know I'm an OG now. I get that. I accept that, but I don't want other OGs that feel like they gotta fall into
Man,
that.
listen to what you saying. Listen to what you saying. You sound old in a mug right now, man.
No, I'm just being
You
honest.
sound,
Like, you don't have to fall into that mentality. Like, just because you a certain age don't mean that you need to feel like you that age. Not
yeah,
saying that you need to be out here doing young nigga shit. I'm just saying that you know, just don't give up on life because you feel like, man, I'm old. I done did what I did. This is it.
yeah,
Like, no, don't give up on life. You know what I mean? You still got some,
yeah,
you know, some spunk in you. You still could get up and make some moves and make things happen and still change your life and still, you know,
yeah.
do certain things that you might want to do or accomplish. But at the same time, still do it knowing that, you know, you ain't as spry as you used to be, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You ain't no spring chicken. But yeah, I know I'm an old nigga. Shit, my knee hurt right now. My damn tooth hurt.
Yeah, man. Got 2 words for you, man. Pause before I say it, but being gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah.
Nope. This how I know I'm old, cause fuck being gay. You know what worked better? It's called
What? Biofreeze?
Nope.
See that we have an old school conversation right now. Now we talking, boy.
Damn.
Yeah, Biofreeze. I fool with Biofreeze. Who you fool with?
Damn, what is the name? It's the Chinese shit I use. A Tiger Bomb.
Tiger Bomb. Ooh.
Yeah, I use that.
You talking about that? Oh, you talking about that? Karate Kid. Do you remember the original Karate Kid?
Yeah, that shit worked though.
Damn, you old boy. You old. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You remember when he put his hands together and slapped them together, and then he was, you know what I'm saying, rubbing and put him on his back. Yeah, you old. Don't stop. Yeah, man. You know it. Yeah.
Yeah, that Tiger Bomb. Tiger Bomb.
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I never had it, but I know what it is.
Bro, you better get you something, child. It's gonna change your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
you gonna throw all that other shit in trash.
Hey, I got another one for all you old folks out there like us, man. We having old folk, grumpy old men talk right now before we on the way out of here. We passed the hour mark. We about to get up out of here. But you know what I'm saying? Another one for them joints, man, and rub, you know, like a rub down for your body. Not good for your dog. Is eucalyptus oil. Yep.
Yes. Eucalyptus. Yes.
Eucalyptus oil. Yep.
And
I hope y'all taking notes, man.
Yeah, take notes. Another thing. I forgot to mention this the last time we was talking about, you know, working out and getting in shape and stuff in your old age and shit, and you know, not pulling nothing and messing yourself up. After a good workout or you had a long day, you sore, you beat up, you know, maybe you was dealing with the dogs, and you know, you did a little bit too much, you know, you got a little too excited. I don't know, maybe you was at the dog show, you overdid it, whatever. When you take your old ass home, take you a bath. If you got a tub, take your bath.
Epsom salt.
Yep, Epsom
another
salt.
Old man, another old man tip.
Hey, but the shit worked. It worked.
Oh, we giving them out today, boy. We giving it out.
4 caps of apple cider vinegar.
Okay, apple cider vinegar. You heard it first, man.
4 caps of apple cider vinegar and Epsom salt. I promise you, it's gonna take all that soreness, all that swelling. It's gonna take all that up.
And a shot of whiskey.
Yep. Jack Daniels to be exact. Yep. I ain't fucking with you, man.
Yeah. You said there talking about the who said that, man? Wasn't Pressure, man. Wasn't Mike Dan. I can't remember who it said, man, but he said he had a back surgery and stuff, and he said he go to the masseuse weekly. And he get they charge him $35, man. And I'm thinking, I'm like, man, does that come with a happy ending? Like, I'm just playing. Only kidding.
Not here in the States.
I'm only kidding, okay? But yeah.
You want happy ending?
No, man, because that's big down here in Texas, man.
I bet it is.
Bet it is. They be running in, they be raiding places all over, man, from Dallas to Houston to San Antonio and Austin. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, we passed our time, man. We probably gonna get fined. Pimp's gonna pay that, you know. I got the
Hey,
young
hey, hey, you got to pay the pimp. The pimp don't pay. The pimp get paid. Put it in my hand.
What you tell Uncle Sam, though? Huh? You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even talk to Uncle Sam. He ain't even got my number. He
Yeah.
don't know where I live.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't even deal with Uncle
Most likely.
Sam. That ain't my uncle.
sure.
We ain't related.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what it is, man. It's your boy Big Ape. Back in here like I left my wallet and keys, man. You know we brought it back like good crack today, boy. It's been a good one all day, man. For y'all that's still here, man, we appreciate you riding with us, man. And I sincerely hope that I made your day go by a little smoother. Pimps too. You know, all of us, man. You know.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow, man. Pimp's gonna have some crazy subject that we gonna cook on, man. Some old wild caught, you know, deer or something, you know. But check us out in the AM. If you ain't a member by now, man, what are you doing, man?
With your life. With your life.
Yeah, man.
Come
Be part of this movement, man. Come be part of this movement, man. We trying to build a better community, one brick at a time. You ain't gotta be down, man. You just gotta be around. You know what I'm saying? So
look,
keep it there, man.
Big A. It's like you ever seen that movie Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes, sir.
It's like getting in on Disney before Disney was Disney. You get in now. Why it's cheap? I'm telling you. Tomorrow's price ain't today's price. I keep telling y'all that. I keep thinking this is a game.
They gonna trip out when they see that drama series, man. Oh man. Woo! But let me stop, man. Let me stop.
Don't tell them too much. Don't tell them too much.
Yeah, I don't want to tell too much, man. But yeah, man.
That's for the members.
What you got going on? Yeah, what you got going on, and where can we find you at, bro?
Man, I got everything going on. Shit, god damn, what am I not doing? I think I'm about to start me an OnlyFans page. I'm gonna do that too. Shit, I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
But you can find me on TikTok, man. Pimps Over Simps on YouTube, TikTok, Men at Work, 365, Kenna Collections, the clothing brand. For you freak nasty niggas, Acidonia Worldwide, go check that out.
Hey, and when you go to Acidonia, don't come back here talking about what you saw.
Okay? Yeah, don't.
Keep that over there.
Yeah, keep that over there.
Keep that over there.
That's why I got everything separated.
Yeah. And don't be going over there trying to peek just to see, man. Go on, step in. Don't creep in. Just open the door, kick it open, and go on, step in.
I see you. I know. I see who looking. I see who peeking. Don't be weird. Just don't be weird. You know, you come on in. They ain't gonna bite you unless you want them to. But you know, don't be weird. I don't like the peekers. You know, they just be peeking. View your account. Like, why you keep viewing it? You just peeking, but you ain't following. You ain't liking.
Yeah, man.
You got lotion by your. You know, what is she doing? Come on now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got an Instagram baddie.
Like damn, I done gave you what you needed to get yourself straight. You can't give me a follow or like. God dang.
All right. But yeah, man. So Acidonia, and what else we got?
Yeah, Acidonia Worldwide, Pimps Over Simps, Kenna Collections. I got the El Loco Marana page going. Got music on there, content. That's more so me just my funny side, you know what I'm saying? When I want to cut up, and talk my ish,
Yeah, and I don't think people understand how talented you are with the music, man. So I know you do songs for people and all types of stuff. So if anybody needs some work done, you know where to holler.
Yeah. If you need some because this we were just talking about this too. If you're looking for audio, right? I'm trying to make this quick. If you need audio, which everybody needs audio, if you have a platform that you're trying to grow or that you just starting out or you already got a platform, if you got a platform already, you definitely know what I'm about to say.
He's a writer, producer, man.
Yeah, I do it all.
Yeah.
If you notice the trajectory of where the music industry and where the social media platforms are going, everything, pretty much at this point, you want to have everything, whether it's your audio, your video, everything should be owned by you, right? You should have rights to it. If not, I don't know why you're still using it, because eventually that's where it's headed, right? So the only really content that you can use, or only audio that you can use right now is audio that's either not copyrighted or that these different platforms have the rights to use.
Mm-hmm.
So it behooves you, why make them rich? Because every time you use their song, they get paid. So instead of you put money in their pockets, right, you can put it in mine and yours.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, like, so every time your song will play, you get a check, you get paid. You're not gonna get rich off one song, or you could. Who knows? It might go viral. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you'll never know. It won't matter, because let's say you have a video or short that you post, right? Maybe say it's a Kindle. You post a video, you got a new litter, and I don't know, whatever. You just so happens that this post or this short, it goes viral, but you're not getting all your money. Why? Because now, whoever song that you used, right? Whoever owns the rights to that content, they get a check too. They get paid too off of you, and they didn't do shit. You used it. You did all the work, but they sitting at home making passive income. So why don't you make that passive income? Stop bullshitting. All right, holla at me. Holla at me. I got you. You can have your intro. Everybody need an intro. You need an outro, right? You might want a song to play in the background, on your B-rolls, or however you want to lay it out. That's on you. I don't care. Yeah. But just make sure that all your content, visuals, and your audio is owned by you.
Mm-hmm.
So you get paid from everything.
Yeah. And that's what we do, man, especially at Shogun Unlimited, man. We try to build everybody around us up, to a certain extent, to where they can take they can spread their wings and fly off and do their own thing, whatever the case may be. So it's this is one of those things where it's kind of like a mix between the old school and the new school, a flow of information, man. And we all can move in the same space and make funds or do what you love to do, and not necessarily have to sincerely agree with each other wholeheartedly, man. It's an open space, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, and I've said it before a while ago, man. It's literally over 400 million podcasts in the world right now. 400 million in the entire world. So no matter, you can get on there and talk whatever you want to talk. It's somebody out there for that, man. There's no need for us to be stepping on each other's feet when we can be feeding each other information and going in our separate way.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we've been talking. Yeah, we've been going way past the time, man. But you know what it is, man. We be having fun chopping it up. And love y'all company, man. Love y'all info, y'all input in the whole nine, man. But check us out tomorrow, man. We gonna be up early, man. Yeah, we're gonna be up real early, man. So
you know why? You know why we're gonna be up early?
Why?
Because we built different.
Speaking of, since we built different, I think I might as well go in it on that one. Glad you said that. We out.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be safe.
It's that side they ain't ready for. We build dogs, not fairy tales. Shogun standing tall, you build brittle. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run mouth, boy, we build different. You bark loud, but your yard look missing. Cloud chase broke, we built different. Built different. Our fam name ring while yours just whispering. Work show loud, y'all just post fiction. This for the real ones, we built different. Talk big online, but your collar still loose. No scars on your boots, boy, who you fooling? Paper Newspapers look funny, dog acting moody. We raise real hounds, y'all posting for the movies. Big hill grind, elevated, song rockin'. PBK hustle non-stop, bulldogging. Catch guard on deck, big dogs, no jogging. Schoolboy teaching while y'all just blogging. Facts. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run mouth, boy, we build different. You bark loud, but your yard look missing. Cloud chase broke, we build different. Build different. Our fam name ring while yours just whispering. Work show loud, y'all just post fiction. This for the real ones, we built different. Dickie Foster in the trenches, never late. Never. Pyrex got that flame, pure weight. Straight cook. MKM bottom solid steel, no flake. Quick C, no gimmicks, real plates. Mike Dan stay pushing that game. When Moon hit the yard, it's no lane. Indoors stay hunting real frame. Show enough certified, no shame. Vernon Star light it up, pure flame. Hemi James torque heavy in the lane. Fake ones stay out the frame. Stay out the frame. Fake ones stay out the frame. Stay out. Workman speaking, name been breathing. Fake love leave quick, real ones keep building. Morning talk, running laps while you sleeping. Loyalty crown, Shogun still leading. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run mouth, boy, we build different. You bark loud, but your yard look missing. Cloud chase broke, we built different. Built different. Our fam name ring while yours just whispering. Loud, y'all just post fiction. This for the real ones, we built different. Real certified. Only the real gon' recognize the real. Only the workers gon' respect the work. Shogun, I am in it. No frauds, no flakes. Either you built or you broke, choose up. Choose up.